Hey, it's Superboy Plushboy 5, and I'm back finally with another Jazwares FNAF review. I don't have any more of the toy figures, but I have the first of the Endo series. Yeah, I know, I should have probably gotten this back in October, but I didn't until literally today, and even then, I had to wait through bad weather to get this from GameStop. Yeah, I ordered this on GameStop's website. You can tell by the price tag right there. They're charging $30. They're $5 more than your standard retail price. But anyways, other than that, yeah, this is the packaging. I've already taken the plastic tray out and the figure out because I already messed with it a little bit, you know, so I can do whatever for the review. But yeah, here's the front. It says Endo series, includes Endo 1. This should be Endo 01 and character parts. Snap pieces on the Endo, and it shows a little 3D model of things snapping out. Glow-in-the-dark eyes, which I'll try to show that in the video. Classic Freddy and Withered Freddy. Yeah, I know when these first came out, there was the error where it said Withered Freddy. Which was hilarious. One set, 93%, ages 8 and up. And then you have this at the top, side, same with the Freddy. On the back, you have your Endo 1 Freddy, includes pieces for 2 characters, so you can get, you know, Freddy, and then Withered Freddy, and then get them before they get you. Classic Freddy, Classic Bonnie, Classic Chica, Classic Foxy. All of these are out now. Chica and Foxy kind of mainly have just been in GameStop. Freddy and Bonnie have been, like, pretty much everywhere except for, like, Amazon. But yeah, let's get that out of the way. And let's get into the Endo. Here is Endo 01, which I have to say, this is a really cool figure. The only other Endo figure I think we've ever gotten was from Funko, and it was that really little one, and even then that was Endo 02. But regarding Endo 01, he has not gotten much merchandise, sadly. Except for, like, the McFarlane figure, and I believe the Fight line from Funko, that also, yeah, he also got a figure from there, and that's all we got of Endo 01. But now we finally have a posable 6-inch figure of Endo 01. Mostly Endo 01. I will point out, the feet are from Endo 02, which, I mean, I guess that's fine, but also it kind of causes a problem when they've released Foxy. Now, Aaron Margolin, the guy that runs the product line for Jazwares, did say that future runs of the Foxy will come with the Endo 01 feet to swap over for Foxy. Hopefully that's true, and that's good. I forgot to mention inside the package, the cardboard insert in the background, you can take that out as a display base, and you also get the sheet of instructions, which are not actually very helpful. Look at the pictures, and there's little writing on the inside of each piece to show you. But yeah. So, this guy is here, and he comes in the plastic tray in between Freddy and Withered Freddy. I'd show you, but I'm scared the pieces are going to fall. But this guy, like I said, overall looks really good. One of my eyes is on there a little wonky, and I've tried to move it, but they're so just tight on there, I'm just not going to fool with it. I'm scared I'm going to break it. There we go, focus back on him. So he has good points of articulation. He's got a head that swivels left and right. He's got a jaw that opens and closes. Shoulders that go up and rotate 360 degrees, elbow that bends and rotates, a wrist that is on a hinge, and a ball joint. The ball joint seemingly does not want to move that much. Hinge on this hand does. Not sure about this one, I'm kind of scared. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, this guy's a little tight right out of the box. I mean, he's a little, like, dirt speckling on it. I mean, it's alright. He's got a ball jointed waist. He's got drop-down hips just like the 4-inch figures. Thigh swivel. Ooh, very tight knee bend on mine. And a ball-jointed ankle with a hinge. And it's like that. Overall, this guy's about really good. So he's about, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. About 19... Yeah, 19 points of articulation, which is not bad at all. But yeah, this guy, like I said, he's really good. But of course, the main thing you're here for is see what he looks like with the Freddy and the Withered Freddy suits on. So let's get into those. Before we get into doing any of these, I will want to do a couple things. One, the feet are notorious for not being able to get on that easy. So what we're going to do is, we're going to pop the legs off. So that makes it a little bit easier. And we're going to pull them down. It's going to make putting the waist on a little bit easier. And in regards to prep work as well, we're going to pull out the hands. I recommend you twist them out. Do not twist and pull. Do not shake them up and down, pulling them out. I have seen somebody rip their endo arm that way. Doing that. It's not fun. You'll have to tell Jazwares you need a replacement part. So he's done for that part, and the feet pop off as well. The extra hands and feet, I guess if you want to, you can put them in the package. I'm just going to sit them right here on my mattress. Side, here are the legs. Alright, now, for Freddy specifically, the original Freddy, you're going to need both Freddy's feet, and I count this as prep work. You're going to need his hands and the lower jaw for your prep work. And you can fill in easily in your mind what you need to do. I'll do that real quick and I'll show you what he looks like. Okay. So we have done our prep work. We have put the hands, feet, and the bottom jaw on to him. So we have all that done and ready to go. Oh, and actually, you do want to have the jaw open. Well, when you put the top part of the head on, you'll want to have it open. For now, we can leave it shut. So I'm going to use this torso bit as an example, just to do it. We're going to pull that apart. And what you're going to do is, I always do this. I always put the back first. And then I put on the front to kind of just lock it into place. And there we go. Now he has, Freddy's upper part of the body. Upper torso. Now, I'm just going to go through slowly with this to show you, basically. Basically, the instruction video. Pelvis is the same way. It is the same way on the front and the back. Now, I have the legs pulled down with the drop-down hips because it makes it easier to get them on. So those are kind of the biggest pieces. And you know what? I was going to save this to last, but let's go on ahead and have our fun. Let's go on ahead and put on Freddy's head. So we're going to open the jaw up and get this thing split. Now, with Freddy's head, what you're going to want to do is, you're going to take this. I'm sorry I'm not showing it on camera. Here, I'll show this on camera. See where that top jaw is? You'll want to push this here until the eyes fully pull up out of there. And then, of course, as you can see, kind of like I'm doing off screen, you're going to pop the back of the head on, and I went on ahead and shut the jaw. And now this process is pretty much the same way you're going to do for Withered Freddy, including your prep work. But I'm going to go fully through Freddy here to show you everything. If you want to skip in the video for whatever reason, you're free to do that. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about with this little bit of writing in here. You can't really see it unless you hit the right, unless the light hits right. But inside of this leg right here, on side of this this shin, it says BL2. So this is the second part of this piece. It is the back left thigh. This says FL2, front left 2. Front left 1, rather. Actually, yeah, it shows these on the instruction booklet. Yeah, FL2, BL2, yeah. So the other shin is here, and it is the exact same way. Sorry, this review is going to be kind of long. Sorry. Hopefully you get some enjoyment out of it. Me, putting together Freddy Fazbear. Now these pieces do look similar to the upper arms. I know that's going to be confusing. The way you can tell is the shins. Sorry, the shins have. Chicken straight. The shins will have a split to where there's a front and a back. So basically, like on the, here, I'll show you. See on that halfway point where there's that seam down the middle? That's how you can tell that that is the shin. The shoulders will have a seam going from like the top to the bottom. Sorry. attached. It's a little hard to get them attached. I've heard some people say it takes like 20-30 minutes. I don't think it does. They're just being difficult. They're just doing it just to make it sound bad. Alright, so last bit we have are the arms. We're gonna, drop a piece. So these little bits right here, these are your forearms, and they have the exact same. I'm trying to find the writing here. Actually, there's another way to tell. So this little top part's gonna have that little square peg. That's gonna go more on the one on the front. And then on the back, there's one that's more towards the bottom. And that's gonna be your that's gonna be your back. And then we'll take the one for the left arm, and we're gonna do the exact same thing. There is technically one more Endo series thing, by the way, I want to mention that they do sell on the Jazwares Vault. It is currently out of stock, but it will be back in next year. And it is a Classic Freddy and Shadow Freddy 2-pack, and it's a Jazwares Vault exclusive, which is basically like their version of Hasbro Pulse. Alright, but yeah, there's that as well. Alright, let's see. Where's this? Is this on the left or right? Alright, so now we're getting the shoulders. Like I said, they have the seam along here. See how I'm pulling this apart? Okay. So, hit that by accident. I could have sworn I tightened it. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I forgot. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, and then this is the last shoulder bit. We're gonna put that on. They're kind of hard to get apart the first time you do this, but with subsequent use, I would imagine that these come apart easier and easier. But hopefully they do still retain their tightness to hold on to the actual figure. Alright, after that excruciating process, well, excruciating, we finally have the Classic Freddy done, and I gotta say, this guy is amazing. For Jazwares' first attempt at the Classic Freddy, I'm gonna be sitting down. God, I'm on my knees most of these reviews, and it's, oh god, it's uncomfortable. So I hope you don't mind if I'm down here on my knees. So I'm gonna straighten this whole camera up. Sorry about that, I'm straightening my stuff up here. Hold this up. Sorry about that, live camera operating. But yeah, here's Classic Freddy. I have to say he's good. A couple paint things on mine. Little spot right there that I don't know if you can notice. On the side, on the far side, you're not gonna notice it. Same with this little mark right here on his face. And again, that's on the far side. You're not gonna notice it on the front. And he's got that on the back of his head. Notably, the classics are very clean. They do not have any dirt washing at all, which I know that kind of sucks for some people. I don't mind it personally. I know some people will be like, "Oh, what's better, Jazwares or Funko? What do you like better?" I think Jazwares, I feel like, is better. I mean, I did have the Funko, don't get me wrong, but I got rid of those when I, stopped liking FNAF. So, but yeah, anyways. Yeah, this guy has the same amount of articulation, and he has the jaw now that opens, you can open it and have him go. Spoilers for the FNAF 2 movie. Did you guys see that part? That part made me laugh the hardest. That part was the biggest laugh I got out of the theater. These do actually still have a little bit of a looseness to him, but I feel like, an actual animatronic would have that. Oh yeah, he's at the head articulation, it still moves. Try to move the head with the jaw, it's gonna shut it. I think that's a neat detail that they did that. These little bits, by the way, are supposed to be a little bit darker brown. I mean, you could paint those in yourself if you want to. Shoulders do not have the same amount of movement. And then there was people complaining about the shoulder pads being right here. Personally, I think that's actually better. Let me explain. Personally, I think this is better because if they were on here, the shoulders would actually be even more limited than they kind of already are. Plus, Withered Chica. Withered Chica has this pose, is designed to be in this pose anyways. Like Freddy's doing. So just think about it. They kind of ratcheted too. He's got an elbow bend. It doesn't quite get 90 degrees. It doesn't get 90 degrees. And then his wrist is on a swivel and a hinge. Swivel. Yep. And then he still has the ball jointed torso. He can kind of lean over if you wanted him to. So you can do like the Foxy jump scare. Of course, when we get Foxy, we'll totally test it out. Legs, because they can extend, he can actually kind of sit, which is kind of funny. You see Freddy Fazbear just sitting. But they move forward and back decently well. The knees. Oh god, that's a tight bend. That's tight. I don't know if it's gonna... Oh, there we go. He has a very tight knee bend on mine, which is good. Not quite 90. Not quite 90. Fox, I think, is the only one that gets really 90. Because, you know. And then the feet are on a ball joint with the hinge on it. Overall, this is a good figure. For 25 bucks, I mean, considering what you're getting the Endo, and then you're getting all the little plastic pieces to go on top of it, I feel like it's a good deal. I know I paid $34 at GameStop, but this is GameStop for you. They upcharge and everything. Same with Hot Topic. But yeah, I say this guy is really good. All right, now we're gonna get him into Withered Freddy. I'm probably gonna speed up that process, but when you see this guy, he is going to be prepped to be turned into Withered Freddy, and there are differences that we're gonna point out. All right. So yeah, see you then. All right, we're back. And I actually did get the eyes out. I had to pull them out with the pliers. They were very stuck in there. Especially this one, it had some paint on it, and the black paint. Unfortunately, I did mess up the black paint here, here, and here. But I had a black marker and I touched it up, and you're not going to notice it, hopefully. Alright, so yeah, he's prepped now, ready to be turned into Withered Freddy. So yeah, we're going to pull his arms out again, by the way. Yeah, hopefully when I get Bonnie, his eyes are easy to remove, obviously, because... And I might look up a picture of Ignited Freddy. I've seen some people do that. And actually, I will do a fixed Withered Freddy, too. But yeah, I'll do a quick time-lapse of me putting them together. There he is, Withered Freddy, aka I think the best part of this 2-pack right here. We finally get official action figures of the Withereds, and yeah, this guy is really cool. I'll find something. If you've ever seen a review of the Withered Bonnie, you'll notice that he does not have the newly molded feet that Withered Freddy has. They gave him a FNAF 1 foot, and my theory is that the reason they did that was that foot is different height-wise to the FNAF 1. You can't even see that. My bad. See the FNAF 1 foot there? Now, if we pull out a Withered, or an Endo foot, I mean, rather, you'll notice how these two are pretty similar in height. They're not that bad. They're pretty similar in height. Now, when compared to this FNAF 2 foot, they're definitely different. Well, actually, my bad, they are the same height. I don't know, probably just they wanted to reuse the piece because it was just cheaper that way than putting in the Withered foot, but then again, you made that newly specialized mold. Heck, Chica, every piece of her is newly made. Anyways, this guy has the same articulation. Actually, this guy's articulation is a little bit better than Classic Freddy. So, same, the jaw opens, the head turns, still. The shoulders do move a little bit better. The elbows got a massive improvement. They do bend a little bit more now. The wrist, however, my left wrist for some reason is very loose. Probably because the Endo hand was just in there for months and just didn't tighten. I could probably just put a little dot of glue, but it's fine. I can handle it. It's to the point where I can handle it. Again, good elbow articulation. The wrists move about the same, obviously. Oh. That popped out entirely. The left hand here. I never broke in the wrist movement. Oh well, I barely ever use that thing anyways. So, do to get the Withered Freddy iconic pose, but then again, I can just use the ball joint. No? Okay. Anyways, waist moves about the same. The legs are about the same. The knees do get a little bit better. Yeah, they get a lot better. And the feet are about the same too. Overall, like I said, you can get him in the Withered Freddy pose he has on like every bit of Funko packaging. Where, you know, he's coming towards you. Like he did in the movie. Yeah, if you want him like that. If you want him like that, you can. Now, I am going to switch out a couple pieces here, and we're actually going to make a unwithered Freddy. This is the best thing about these. We finally basically get an official version of the unwithered animatronics. I know there was fan models for years, everybody fought, but you know what? We can fix them up. I'll be back with that shortly. Here he is. Unwithered Freddy. It took a bit there. Sorry about that. But yeah, we have the unwithered Freddy, which is cool. Don't know if I'm going to replace the Elvis or not. I want to say they're the exact same piece I said. I could be wrong. Actually, give me a second here. Yes. Let's see if they are the exact same piece. Like size-wise. I know detail-wise they definitely are not. But, you know, never hurts to check. Yeah, okay, they do look the exact same on here, just structure-wise. I just wanted to check. Make sure. Alright, anyway, yeah, I got him done. I know point of contention could be, oh, unwithered Freddy wouldn't have kneecaps if Withered Bonnie still has his, and Withered Chica still has hers, Foxy still has his. How come Freddy has to be the one that wouldn't, theoretically, unwithered, not have kneecaps? So, there's your answer. Unwithered Freddy would have kneecaps. Just saying, just so it's out there. Now, honestly, displaying these, definitely I'll say if you want to display both at the same time. Apparently, Jazwares will be releasing a set of just the 4 Endos that are coming in these packs for you to put your suits on. So if you want both displayed at the same time so you can purely collect the Endo series, I say wait for those. And also because next year they're supposed to be releasing Endo series figures based on the toy animatronics in the Endo 02. Now some people definitely will be upgrading their Foxy, more than likely. And maybe their Withered Bonnie, I'm not sure. But I mean, yeah. Overall, I mean, this guy is really cool. It's a really fun thing to play with if you just want to like fiddle with something. And just have a, you know, Withered Freddy. Oh, it's a Withered Freddy action figure. Or unwithered Freddy in this case. And you can also make the ignited animatronics with these. Give me a second. I will look up a picture of Withered Freddy. Ignited Freddy, rather. And I will do that. Okay, so here is Ignited Freddy. I don't have a picture of what it looks like. And honestly, that is a cool design. I'm not going to snip the ear off, obviously. But see, this is, again, if you had the Shadow Freddy, where you can get the black eyes with the white dots in them. Oh my god, that would make this thing scary. That would make this thing cool looking. But yeah, I feel like if you really want to do customizations, I feel like you should wait until they come out with the individual releases of these Endos. So you can easily just, you know, put them, have both of the sets displayed at the same time. For honestly, I'm probably just gonna have them as the Withered. Because, I mean, come on. The Withereds are like the coolest design in the FNAF series, right? Can we just agree on that point, please? They're the coolest design Scott came up with. They were, I'm gonna get into spoiler stuff about the movie real quick. First off, again, Jim has a screenshot. They did a great job with the toys and the Withers. It just sucks that the Withers were just used for like a minute at most of screen time. It just sucks. I hate seeing that the fact they put all that effort into them and they were barely used in the movie. But, you know, still, they were cool looking. Those were cool looking. Another thing I want to bring up, the dirt washing. You could totally do that to heighten this figure. You know, do a light one on the classic suit so it, you know, it looks better. And then these guys, they already have a little bit of one on there, but if you do a bit more, oh my god, that'd look amazing. That'd look amazing. I think I noticed people were talking about was that the Freddy, the regular Freddy head. Wait, look, hold on. I'm gonna split this in half. Do it in half too. I think it's shade better. That way too. But if I hold this up, I'm trying to show my cameras. If I hold this up to the screen here, like it is in FNAF 2, you can see how small the eyes are, and you noticed how the eyeballs were bulging out of the head. There's the front half. Yeah, that's kind of obviously a problem. So, I mean, you could totally just, like, carve them out if you want them bigger. Honestly, I don't mind them. Hold on, I want to do that again. Look, do you think he's gonna say if I'm an animatronic or not? Anyway. But yeah, overall, I gotta say these are fun. I'm gonna give them a 9.5 out of 10. I definitely say you should buy these. Get them at the other places that charge 25. I wouldn't get them at GameStop for 30. Well, I mean, I would. Technically, actually, I had to pay like 40 some bucks for this because of shipping and whatnot. Overall, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy. And like, comment, subscribe for more. Hopefully I can get some more for Christmas or after Christmas for Christmas money. I don't know. Anyways, see you guys then. Bye.